6 ways to become a minimalist with your groceries, with your food. This will help with everything. It'll help with your finances. It'll help with your organization. Number 1 is clean out your fridge first. It doesn't have to be an all-out, spotless fridge, but organize it, know what's in there, get rid of any science experiments, and do this before you go to the grocery store. Then you know what you have. That leads into meal planning. Plan your meals. Just briefly look at your week. If you're like most people, it's kind of routine, and you always go to the grocery store on a Saturday, or always go to the grocery store on a Tuesday evening, whatever works for you. Generally, once a week on a routine schedule, you go to the grocery store. So look at it. When's the next time I'm going to go to the grocery store? 1 week from now, which is 7 suppers, 7 breakfasts, 7 lunches. How many people in your house? You already know what you have in your fridge, hopefully your pantry, your freezer, because that comes with the cleaning out, number 1. But number 2 is meal plan. If you can, just a rough idea of what you're going to need for the week ahead. Number 3 is never go to the grocery store without a list. We always have our phones with us, so you can just put your list on your phone. A little subset of number 3, 3A, is in my household with all adults, we have a list on the fridge. If you're an adult and you are out of something that you like and you can't be bothered to take the pen out of the drawer and write it on the list that's on the fridge, then sorry, it doesn't get bought. You're going to have to wait for the next time. Because we're all adults here, or even if you have teenagers or smaller kids, it depends. I don't eat cottage cheese. I'm not going to eat cottage cheese, so I don't know if you're out of cottage cheese. My husband loves cottage cheese, so unless he puts it on the list or he texts me, then I'm not going to go buy it because I have no idea if we have tons or none. So that is, we always put a list on the fridge. Also, nowadays, if everybody in your household has a phone, if they're at a certain age, I just let them know first thing in the morning or that day, hey, group text, hey, I'm going to the grocery store. Do you need anything? Are we missing anything? Again, I don't know if there's shampoo. You have to let me know or it doesn't get bought. The 4th way to become a minimalist with your grocery shopping is try your hardest not to make those quick trips to the grocery store. Remember in early 2020 when it was like you can't go to the grocery store and there was lineups and we're all in lockdown and we were all avoiding each other. We never made quick trips then. It was like, I'm not going and they're not going. So if we were out of it, we had to wait a week or even longer before we went to the grocery store again. So that forced us to eat everything because human nature. If we've got apples and oranges and bananas and everybody loves apples, once the apple's gone, don't make a quick trip to the grocery store to get more apples. We still have oranges and bananas. So that forces everybody to eat their second favorite fruit. Say it's bananas. Then once the banana's gone, don't rush to the grocery store again because you still have oranges, if you get my drift. So don't go to the grocery store every time you're out of one little thing. It will save you time, save you money, really helps with less waste because then you use up all those other things that you have bought and you weren't going to get to because you're going to run to the store and buy everybody's favorite. They don't get to their second favorite. Number 5 is when you are at the grocery store, never go hungry. If possible, make sure your blood sugar level is high, never low, because then that's so much impulse buying. Impulse, and that costs you money. Wasteful. Generally, those impulse buys where you're not buying broccoli on impulse, you're buying Cheez-Its or chips, whatever. Try to go to the store after you've eaten. Even have a quick granola bar that will help so much with your grocery shopping and your finances, possibly your weight and your health too. And beware of the end caps. You know, the ends of the aisles, that's where they have the specials, and they're not always on special, but that's where the impulses get you. That's when the buy two for this price, that's when all the sugary processed food are always on the end cap. Stick to the edges of the store if you can. The middle stuff is where it's going to get you. Number 6 to become a minimalist at the grocery store is I try within my cart while I'm at the grocery store, because we're all human and because impulse buys are hard, I put impulse buys on the top of the cart. Can't do that if you have little kids, but if you're shopping by yourself, put your impulse buys at the top of the cart. If you can, just before you get to the checkout. You've got all your impulse buys, generally not healthy buys, all on the top. I calm myself. If I can, I shut my eyes, I take a deep breath, and I picture who I want to be, what I want to be. Do I need the 36 mega pack of ice cream sandwiches, or could I just buy 6 ice cream sandwiches? Even a smaller impulse buy is better, you know, if you're at Costco and you buy bulk. Do I need this impulse? The chances are no, you don't need it. And if you can talk yourself out of it at the grocery store, buy your willpower at the grocery store so that during the week you don't have those junky snacks available. It'll help you health-wise, it'll help you financially, it builds your willpower, and you just don't have it in your house. So be careful, all those impulse buys, think before you go to the checkout, and then just give those unwanted things to the cashier and they will put them away and they will deal with them, and you haven't brought it home, and you will become a minimalist in one more area of your life. And with all things minimalism, it will help with your peace of mind, your organization, your finances. Then your fridge will be easier to tidy and declutter and purge the next week because you won't have those impulse buys. So that's my 6 things. Clean out the fridge before you go, or your pantry. Look, see what's in there throughout your science experiments. Always go with a list. Have a list available for your family. They need to tell you what you need to buy. Force yourself to not make those quick trips to the grocery store. Always have a meal plan if possible. Beware of the end caps. Buy your willpower at the store. Don't bring home the junky stuff. And if it's not in your house, you won't eat it and you've saved that money. Those are my 6 tips. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe, do all those fun YouTube things. Please comment, what do you do to become a minimalist in this area of your life? Thanks for watching.